Shalom, family. Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb. Sometimes silence is golden. Silence is powerful. Sometimes silence is even redemptive. Let's have a moment of silence for the 90 people who lost their lives in the Texas floods. From me in any manner, and then say hello in any manner. You might want to avoid that. It could have legs beyond what you would normally have to face. This is not the time. This is not the time. You know, I like to tell you a story. I like to hold your hand and I want you to walk with me all the way back to 2012 so we'll understand how we got here. Other people. In fact, we're going to act like these are just characters, blind characters. It's just a story. But sometimes these are stories must be said so we recognize the depth of the depravity that one will go, number one, and what one is willing to do for either what they believe in or money. So we're going to go back to 2012. In 2012, I woke up one morning and I had a for months. For months. Imagine having a house full of women as a father and their husband, and you look out your back of the patio, and someone on the other side of the wooded fence is sticking their damn pennies through the knothole to be seen on the other side. Think about it. See it in your head. Think about it going out into the store, and when you are to get there, you are surrounded by at least 13 police officers for no reason at all. That's what initiated it all. But before you feel too sorry for me, I want you to see, I'm going to move you down two separate tracks. What I was going through and our response to it. Us meaning source. Now, in the midst of this, they were told, you don't know what you're doing. Just like Jesus on on the damn cross did. Forgive them, Father. They don't know what they're doing, but they know damn well what they were doing. Okay, they don't have that argument. They knew damn well what they were very small. I went to the federal courthouse downtown Houston, and they have forms out in the lobby. Fill out forms to file that damn lawsuit. You ain't even close. And I don't know why they set them forms out there. If you don't know what you're doing, you need a lawyer. Leave that damn form alone. Get a lawyer. So I said, okay. So I takes out one of the pencils. They ain't but 6 inches long. I stole about five of them. I don't know why. I just felt like I should retrieve something from this federal courthouse to my aid. But it worked like a charm. Like it works like what's the word for like charm in the middle of the ocean. Bloody guts, bloody fish guts bring sharks. And there it was. The die had been cast. Keep up. Because in their mind, they, at this point, that they are dealing with a retard. I mean, who's going to believe him anyway? And they took the bait. They not only took the bait, only pissed them off. Shit got worse after that. But I hadn't sprung the other side of the freaking trap yet. Okay? So here they is, circling me like this one is a for sure meal. Never knowing. Understand? No, 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 no. Closer. Come a little closer. Now, in that same time period, I, I I went to them and I warned them again. You do understand that you're fucking with bloodlines, right? You might not want to do this because you're messing with a bloodline. You really don't want to do this, Captain. You only think you do. And I know you found it. It was too late though. So at that very time, I had started saying things like the angels would say to me, "How will you defeat them?" Or and I would say, "Easy. Have a plan." And what may be your plan, sir? I'm gonna make them own each other. I'm gonna put around each of their necks a fucking medallion with the names of everybody else who they talked to, organized with, laughed with, and each of them with, oh, Lord. I mean, you know what they do with your mercy, right? They almost spend it like money down there. They use it as a come up. They'll use it as, I got away with some shit. Please. But anyway, that's another argument. I had that argument with God over you and his mercy and love towards you a long time ago, and he won the argument. That means by proxy, you won the argument. So, and in these situations, we don't look to defend. We look for a friend. Showing me your own hand. You don't even play poker, do you? Showing me your own hand. You so wrapped in bravado and arrogance that you show me your cards because you still see weak. You see weak because we playing poker, and that's what we want you to see. It's weak, but you don't get that. So you blew right through it, talking shit at the same time. Now, in the midst of 2012, people that I had cared about started dropping like flies. That's just fluff. Meant to happen, bound to be. Speed bumps, shit that I have to overcome or conquer. Sometimes fight, sometimes get beat up over. But it has nothing to do with the big scheme of things, unless we would use that too. Every incident, every word, every scenario, it simply goes to the greater good and my own strategic thinking. That's what you didn't see. So we play small as we watch you trounce your way through our lives. I mean, talk about coming hard. And I'm not trying to see, I don't another warning. What was our warning? We first we First, we started sleeping with the front door wide open, patio wide open, windows wide open, and every light off. No hitman showed up. I wouldn't either under those circumstances. That don't feel right. Good for him. You know, later on, I was seeing later with his his new baby working in a real job, and he was breaking his wrist, saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Now here's why he was saying. I walked to the stove right behind him. He's in line paying for cigarettes and beer. I'm going to get some cigarettes. Really, I just came to follow your ass so I can have a closer look at you. And if need be, you hit me, and you know how this shit go, man. You know, sometimes the hit men end up hit by the mark. It does happen, like it could tonight. So he leaves the store. I hurry up and I pay for my cigarettes, and I'd get behind him about 5 steps. At this point, he can't stop. My life is in this man's hands. Exactly. Right now, for the next 45 seconds, which is how long this walk is going to take from this intersection to your house, which is 2 houses down from mine. But now, as I get a little closer to my house, I got to ask myself, what have I started? Now it's on a whole different level now, ain't it? Now I got to think about why this man ought to live. You see how shit can spiral out of control, but he lived and stop. And what did I say then? You gonna send young men are dead. I won't even call the city. I'm being so damn merciful. And there was a pool of water, my tears. And as I looked at the pool, I was getting enraged. And I told myself or something. I said I would slay every last one of them. That's what I told myself after I cried myself dry. I'm going to kill every last one of them. I said it out loud. I actually meant it. Every last one of them. If they so much as read a document or passed on some information or broke into, call them enemy combatants, but soldier, that intones honor, and they have no such thing. They would, they had no compunction about attacking women and children, wives, children. None at all. At all. In fact, the fact that you had that, they seen as another way in, another way of bending me to their way of other thinking. I'll scare them. I'll stir them up. We all know the routine, which I won't be going into. It'll get out of you 3 feet from this judge. And then the judge look at me. The judge look over at him. The judge look at me, and he look at him as if to say, well, Mr. Barneston laid out his cards. Are you going to are you going to say it again, or is it a lie? Because it was at that very moment that they knew that they whole card had been pulled. This is just real talk. So outside, see this way, see something, man, listen here, you have to watch your mouth. But I do put my family through probably 2 months of a noise campaign, 7 or 8 months of constant psychological. Oh, and you guys was on the battlefield for real. I mean, you was on the psychological field, the emotional field, the spiritual field, the political field. I mean, you were on the battlefield for real, man. That's impressive. But you do know that I hadn't showed up yet, or I was still hiding from you during those years. We only wanted to see how far legally and justifiably filed. And what did we bump into? Connections and networks. Connections and networks that reach all the way down to the streets of Houston, indeed Harris County, from the streets to the courthouse. I shit you not. In fact, I was so much on it in those days. If you'd have walked in my room, which I didn't allow my family in because I didn't trust them, I had posters on the wall, but it all started with you being infiltrated and not recognizing it. How long were you looking for my lawyer, which never turned up? 2 years and how many thousands of dollars spent on investigators looking for something that don't even exist. You do understand that we call that misdirection. Misdirection. It's a little bit of counter intelligence. Let me explain how this works. If I know that you are a spy for the enemy, well, false information, causing them to make plans and man strategies based on man false information. And then up the road, I will kill you both. See how we think? It's gonna work. It works like a charm every time. It's gonna work. Okay? And your only way out is that you be smart enough to, man, catch what's going on as the spy that's been made, and you reckon, man, I think I've been made. Well, they don't really act like, yeah. And that's, you know why? Because they wanted to destabilize the whole family. The whole idea of them seeing a man and woman with their children married long at a term, toughing it out, bothered the hell out of them. And that's a part of white supremacy. So once again, I have this group of black people. You call them black people. I call them African Americans, and I'm being nice. That came after me at the behests of white people, and I know this because at least the white man was more open with me. Nigga, we have our own niggas, and we'll send in hired a hitman and actually went, man, listen here. Man, listen here, dude. I be careful out there. I don't want to put him out there too bad because even though I don't use names, there's people out there in authoritative places that can fix the puzzle. So I won't. But it was all out, culminating in the family fracturing. It just could not stand up to the weight of the pressure that was being back. And I laughed, but you could have got somebody killed. You could have got me killed, and some officers too. But it played out like it should. They understood that we not going to this dude's house in the frame of mind he's in, knowing that he has weapons. Good move. But I was ahead of the game. Since I knew that this could escalate beyond, I had called my sons or my daughter and said, come and get the guns. But I didn't tell them that. No hands were on their weapons. I didn't feel nothing worth shooting at. How they came, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't like this. And they ended up talking my ass up at the house or no. I came to the conclusion that day. Nope, I thought that I started out that day believing they would be finding my body over by the stairwell as they make entry upon the door, because that's probably where it's going to end in a hell of their return fire. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to make it back up to the goddamn stairs. With the scripture marked out in it, all of them through it, left there for me, that gave me every reason that a God would say, get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there. Here are the reasons why. And it was in your face raw. I understood that then. Now, part of that was me being hard-headed because I'm all about commitment. I ain't never broke one. I ain't never broke a promise. None of that shit. So it was a big deal for me. When I look back on it, maybe I was in love. And what did I tell you then? Shortly thereafter, I told you, no, sir. She will be the death of you. And I even told you how, that we will use her as a doorway. But you didn't understand, did you? This is where we get over in the spiritual. See, you can't hide anything from us, not even spiritually. So what we quickly understood is that what you would think of as that person was no longer there. They had a whole nother consciousness, and we even knew that conscious think that we think that woman just lost her mind. They will never understand that she is possessed. Oh, but we did. And so we play. And once again, your arrogance allowed it. You got to stop being so damn arrogant, man. It's a bad thing to be. It makes you vulnerable. Always consider the possibilities, all of them. All of them. If you still choose to make the move, make the move, but at least know how this shit going. So where are we now? After the destruction of the family gave it the old heave hope. Where are we now? On silver cables and left this ding 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 ding. Now, what happened that night? I didn't even get the cigarettes. I turned right back around, loaded up, and I walked the street from 11 o'clock until damn near 3 o'clock that morning. And do you know what? I didn't even see a dog moving. I didn't see the neighborhood prostitute walking. I mean, it was like everything went to ground. That was my response then. I only say that so you let to keep you abreast as to what my attitude is about. Now we're here. The other shoe drops, and your arrogance. Why would you let the other shoe drop anyway? You know. Oh, now you gonna say that we had no choice. We were already in too deep, and I get this on a spiritual level. Lucky for you, lucky for you, the last couple of years, years of it was pretty much scripted. You didn't do as much harm as you were thinking. It was already known how this is gonna go, and how we would use their beliefs and the spirit world that didn't understand that their spy had been made on the inside of someone else's house. And we just whistled right along like it wasn't even there as they committed more sin and more horrors and more sin. Oh man, but alas, we're here. God steps in again. I had made my intentions clear. First, it would start with a drip drip, your 30-day nose discovery. Now comes disclosure. Now comes admissions. Oh, we were going to have a field day. Now come the depositions. And each step of the way, you would have been forced to give me documents of every name of your membership in the Harris County, Houston Metroplex area. That's going to come right after disclosure. We're going to be into discovery then. And just when you try to fight me, drag you over the coals. Now remember what we did, stepped in front of my plans twice. Not to stop me, but for further development, and I'm being presumptuous. I don't really know why. Apparently he has plans. Or you've been praying. Maybe you found God. Maybe he heard your prayers. I don't really know. But that's 2 times in 3 weeks. I even gave it time. So we're going to back off temporarily. For whatever reason. He don't want me on you like that. Maybe, I'm not going to speculate. In the boundaries of the scriptural law, both man and God's, it's all within their rules and their law and the standard that they have set, sir. And the standard that they set is, I don't give a damn his children, damn his career, damn his history, damn where he going, damn the smiles on his face. We're going to try to kill this nigga. So we simply use the standard he used for us. We don't see where we are in violation. And we're not in violation. That ain't what he's saying. I'm defeated by my own strategy. I made the spy like I'm supposed to make them. I made them. No, they the spy. I played it by the rules of the professionals. No way is this supposed to be happening. No way. I even got so deep that we know the spiritual inner workings of the strategy. yet defeated by my own thinking. I have a boss who I truly love and truly trust, and it's a reciprocal thing. So when he says slow down or stop, or then that's what happens instantly. So you dodged the bullet. God has showed you mercy. Do you still don't believe? I mean, do you believe in your God or my God? Because trust me, your God was not going to stop me. In fact, your God happened to fall for the same tricks and the same traps that were set for you. He fell in them too. Did he even profane God's name, his word? You have profaned his children. You have turned some of his children against God. I don't know, God, how I don't got them. I'm the man. We're gonna have to go back over the paperwork again here, because I don't. As I go down the charges, I'm not understanding why I don't have dibs on them. They have. I have checked every box. Every box. You name it, they done did it. Wow. Leave you. I think that everything around you is a movie prop. You know, like they make the commercials with the beautiful ham ham hamburger and the pickle and the sauce and the lettuce and the everything is perfectly sitting up there. You do know that that's not even a real burger. It's a movie prop. That's how I feel about your wife. That's how I feel about your children. See, I want you to know this. I want you to know this. And being around him so long, he have other plans. Or you found some kind of redemption, or you have prayed. Either way, message received. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I never was your enemy, but you have to understand something. I have a boss, and if God hates it, and this is why I can't act act against God. Not the real. I mean, one of the reasons God said that I hate this action and this action and this action and maybe even that one. And then the warrior angels say, well, I'm on my way.